So I get asked all the time. I work off of our home, away from our home, and I get asked all the time, man, why do you drive so far to go to work? Why do you want to live out in the country? So here's some of the reasons why we decided we wanted to live in the country. Here, I'll get it. All right, open it up. One egg, all right. Oh, she broody?
Yeah. Whoa.
What are you doing, Buckbucker? What are you doing, Buckbucker?
I'm done, Buckle.
Hang on, girl.
One egg. I think 2 eggs.
I just found one. I'm gonna reach under there again. Yep, just one. It's okay, girl. It's all right.
Brody.
Who broody? Her sure is broody. It's a little early for a broody hen.
One of the reasons that we wanted to move to the country was so that we could have animals. In town we had a dog, but we weren't allowed to have chickens or rabbits or anything else. And that's something that we had always really wanted to do, at least for the last few years, was to raise animals for eggs and meat. And we just weren't allowed to do that. We tried and we tried to get the laws changed, and it just didn't work out. And so once we got here, one of the first things we did was get chickens, and we really enjoy that, and we really enjoy having our kids help with the animals. Collecting eggs and taking care of them and even butchering them is something that we think is important for our kids to see and to take part in, to be well-rounded and to know where their food comes from.
One is warm and one is cold.
One is warm and one is cold. Let me see them. No. Just show them to the camera. Show them to the camera. Wow. Let's see. Is that the cold one?
Yeah.
Where's the warm one? Oh, that one's warm, huh?
Yeah.
All right. Cool. Another one of the reasons that we moved out here is for the space. We immediately fell in love with how wide open the views were and how far you could see just the beautiful rolling hills, things like that. And then we love the fact that our kids have lots of room to run around, explore, learn things, just be in the country and live that country kind of lifestyle. So that is the second reason we chose to live in the country.
Another reason that we wanted to move farther away from the city. When we lived in town, we had some neighbors on one side of the street, and then we were real close to the main street through town. There was businesses all around and kids walking home from school all the time, people walking down our road and walking through our yard. And we never really felt like we had a lot of privacy. We couldn't just do what we wanted. It just felt like everybody was watching us. Like I said before, we had a dog, and people would call the police on us for our dog when it was cold, because they thought that she looked cold out in the backyard. And so that was just one of the things that really kind of bothered us, was that people were always up in your business in the city, and we just never really felt like we could be ourselves, we could do what we wanted to do. We always felt like people were watching and taking notes, and especially I think homeschooling too was a factor of that. Our kids don't do normal school hours, and so they aren't in school or they aren't inside all the time when regular school kids are. So that was kind of a thing. And I think that being out in the country just really affords us some space and allows us to do what we want to do in terms of animals and homeschooling and what we do on our property. And we just really, we like that more. We're more private people, and we enjoy being our own bosses. We enjoy doing the things that we like to do on our own time and in our own ways.
I think the main reason that me and Jesse moved to the country, I think that the overarching reason, the main current reason was freedom. We don't have city ordinance that we have to abide by. We don't have HOA. We don't have those things that whether you want to, if you choose to live in one of those places, it's a free country. That's what's wonderful about the country we live in. But it's not restrictive. You can work as hard on your property as you want, or you can be a good neighbor, or you can be a lousy neighbor and let your property go to disrepair. In the country, it doesn't matter. No one's going to tell you you've got to paint your house as a certain color. They're not going to tell you that you can't have chickens because they don't want runoff coming into their yard. There's all of those things that you deal with in the city life, and don't get me wrong, there's a lot of positives to living in the city. But with freedom comes responsibility too, and that is something that we had craved for a long time, the freedom to do what we wanted with our property, to be as self-reliant as possible. And again, that freedom, there are trade-offs for that. You know, we don't, 911 isn't just right there. We probably would have, if we had an emergency, it would probably take 15 to 20 minutes to get law enforcement or emergency services out here. That is something, a reality that we are well aware of and that we live with, and we take the necessary precautions to safeguard ourselves against that. Knowing first aid, knowing how to protect ourselves, those kind of things that are somewhat a little less of an issue in the city. That's kind of why we live in the country, and why we have chosen to do what we're doing for our family. Those are just some of the reasons. There's a lot of other reasons that we choose to do what we do, and we really, really enjoy that. Again, it's not for everyone. We're not telling you, hey, if you don't live in the country, you're a bum. That's not what we're saying. That this is the reason why we do what we do. This is why I drive basically 2 hours a day to get to work, so I can come home to this, so I can be here with my family, and my kids can grow up knowing this lifestyle, knowing how to raise their own food, knowing where their food comes from, having the freedom to just run around and make some noise and do those things. And we've been blessed with wonderful neighbors and live in a good country community where that kind of thing is encouraged and supported, and we help one another, and that's important. And again, as with anything, community still is important, but the freedom that we enjoy here, I would put that up against anybody else's freedom, and say we've got it good. So we're very thankful for that. In this season of thankfulness, that is why we've decided to put this video out. But those are some of the reasons why we've moved to the country. Hey guys, thanks for coming along with us. If you like our videos, or this is the first video you've ever seen, hey, please like and subscribe. We're going to continue to try to put videos out. We've kind of got a little bit of a schedule going. We're trying to get some traction, get back on a regular schedule of uploading videos. So thanks a lot. We'll see you next time. We're out. Boom. what you call me?
Mom.
I'm not Mom. What up, buddy?
I saw the possum's bones and heel.
Oh, gross. Hey, let's go check for eggs.